Before we get into the steering rack, let's check out what I got here. Ooh, brand new hubs and bearings for the front of the Foxbody. But I'm gonna run 3-inch wheel studs. So I gotta get the old wheel studs out safely so that I can possibly reuse them if need be in the future. I just put a lug nut on top of them when I was hammering them out to keep the threads good. There you can see the difference in size. And I'm using this little wheel stud installation tool, which worked pretty good. There we go. Now let's put them on the car. Nice. Nice. Now onto the steering rack. First, I'm going to take the boots off. I'm going to remove these clamps that hold the boots to the rack itself. And since I can't get the outer tie rod ends off, and I'm replacing these boots, I'm just cutting them off. If you have one, I highly suggest placing your steering rack in a vise to make things a lot easier to remove. Now, I'm going to get the inner tie rod ends off. Used a good old pipe wrench to get that lock nut off. Whatever that thing is called. There's a spring and a spacer I removed. There's the spacer. And now I'm going to work on removing the pinion. There's a lot of grease in there. And a snap ring. That took a whole heck of a lot longer than that to get out, honestly. I removed the nut on the bottom of this pinion and it just popped right out. As did the rack itself. Nice. So the steering rack has been completely disassembled. I have an upper bearing here. Space, this looks like a gasket. Snap ring. Dust shield. This nut holds the pinion to the bottom of the rack in the lower bearing. There's the lower bearing inside there. And here's my new seal kit. So these directions say that this kit has 2 sets of valve seals of different colors. The difference is the radial wall thickness, because the seal usage depends on the housing valve bore inside diameter, which was reduced in 1983. So to select the proper seal, check the color of the seals originally in the steering gear. See how these are red? use the white seals. Use the white seal if the original seals were red or blue. Use the other color tan if the original seals were any other color. Tan, white, green, or black. But it says to select the proper seal, check the color of the seals originally in the steering gear. Use the white seal if the seals, white seal singular, if the original seals, multiple, were red or blue. So use the white seal. So I use this white seal, but I guess I'm gonna have to find where this white seal goes, because there was no white seal.
So you're supposed to just leave all the red ones in place and...
That's a good question. I mean, do these flex? Yeah, maybe they do.
There are tan seals to replace the red ones.
And I'm wondering if these are not the seals they're actually referring to here. They're referring to some other seal.
Those are the only red seals that I see.
Yeah, right. But to select the proper seal, whatever seal that is, check the color of the seals originally installed on the steering gear. Use the white seal if the original seals were red or blue. So I read that, I would think, oh, there should be 4 of these that are white.
But they're not. They're saying if those are
red or blue,
then this other seal should be replaced with the white one.
Right.
Gotcha.
All right, well, I'm going to take one of these out and see what it looks like.
In fact, I'm going to take all 4 of the red ones out and replace them with the new tan ones that came in the kit. These new sealing rings for the control valve, I believe, are made of Teflon or coated with Teflon. They are very different from an O-ring. They don't stretch and return to their shape with elasticity like an O-ring. You have to be very careful when installing these in order to not stretch them too far. Apparently you could use a heat gun and heat them up a little bit, although I might warn against that. You could also use the dental floss method, which may work a little better than the pick method I chose here.
I already installed the sealing rings on the control valve, and they stretched. And because they stretched, I couldn't fit the control valve in the body on the steering rack. So I did what any good cook would do, and I stuck it in the freezer for a little while to see if I could shrink the O-rings or the seals on these. And they did shrink a little bit, but they didn't shrink enough. So I don't think I can fit this in here like this. They should all be sitting flush like that, but as you can see, they are too big.
And, in fact, I reinstalled the red ones, and the red ones were also stretched to the point where they were also too big.
The red ones came off of this, and they stretched out of place. And I don't know if they will stretch back. I don't think so. And I don't know if they're too big or if installing them stretched them just enough that now they again, I thought I may have stretched them a little bit, and so that's why I put it in the freezer, because it's pretty warm right here. I got a heater on right below me, and I thought I'd stick it in the freezer and try to shrink these, but turns out that didn't really do anything. And I can't fit this back in here. I'm not sure what to do. Do I just put some O-rings on this and hope for the best? What do you think, Joe? Joe, are you listening to your headphones and you can't hear me? Joe's listening to his headphones and can't hear me. The other day we were talking about penis size and Joe was like, I don't know why my penis is so small. It never grew. Ever since I was 12 I was like, oh, I hope I grow. Still nothing. Joe's definitely cannot hear me. Whoa, boy. I tried to force it in.
You can go to jail for that.
And those just fell apart. I'm gonna have to contact RockAuto about this. I don't know why this is happening. Hey Joe.
What's up?
I was just talking shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you couldn't hear me, huh?
Talking shit about me?
Yeah.
Oh. Wanna fix this outside?
I'll take it to the video.
At this point, I decided that these seal rings were not working. And I had two choices. I could either order a new kit and try a new kit, a different kit, or I could just order a whole new steering rack for just over $300. I chose the latter and ordered a new steering rack. But a new kit could save you at least $200 some. Well, I hope this helped you make a decision on whether or not to rebuild your steering rack or buy a new one. And most of you that are watching have not subscribed. Please help me out. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content, and do subscribe for more Foxbody content on Artworks Garage.